Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, Hump Day, January 30th, 2019. And welcome to all of you for a coffee time Wednesday. Let's make sure I'm getting that on the other side there. There we go. Looks good. Welcome aboard, everybody. Got a few things to go over this morning. Wait till some people pile in. I always get accused of taking off too quick, taking off too fast when I'm getting underway here in the morning. So maybe we'll listen to a little tune, huh? Maybe. Hey, Holly, how are you, baby? You're first with the best. Good morning, honey. Let's do a little Makaha Sons. I love that, man. Drums of the Island, huh? Drums of the Islands, Makaha Sons. I don't know how this sounds. I got this Logitech is terrible. Hey, free samples. Yeah, we'll get to Missy Jenn. Nathan, how you doing, my friend? Good morning, Kevin. Put this on off of me for a bit. You're with me no matter where I go. If ever I wonder, if ever where I go. The Makaha Sons of Ni'i Hao. I know that you will leave me home. Hazel, my girl. Hello, Maxine. News clips. Goldie, what's up? CX in the house. Thank you, Joey. I'll never forget these gold shows. Drums off the islands again, Robbie. And now return forever yours. Hey, Dory Lynn, how you doing, babe? Van Lufa, hey, Ann. Holly, Leah, Monkey Boy, what's up? These are the things that I love and always do. The runner roam 1,000 miles. Hope, how you doing? Hope with peace. Simon with Droop Arrows. Yeah, we're good to Missy Jenn. I wonder. No worries, Harvey. Let's just enjoy a little Makaha Sons of Ni'i Hao. Get ready for a nice dobro. I'm such a fucking idiot. Good morning, Poppy. Goldie, CX in the house, babe. I got my CX. The guy's got the CX eyes on me. Greatest ever. How you doing, baby? Hazel, that's funny as hell. You're the sexy one, honey. You're a baby. Spread your wings and fly away. Doing good, greatest ever. Oh. Here we go. Yeah, I feel great. I had a great sleep last night. Grab yourself a Hollister. Waterfall. Yeah, Burger made me, man. I got to catch up with Burger. It's been a while. Thank you, Maxine. Hey, bottom line, what's going on? Nice to see you in the chat. Good morning, Nick. Greatest ever. I don't think they make coconuts that big, honey. He's back in LA. I'll catch up with him. What do you think, greatest ever? I don't think they make coconuts that big. Hey, YSL. Hey, April. Always April. Monique, my girl. Hey, Chris. Diamond. Oh, drums of the island. Let's get ready for a big finish now. Ni'ihau, the forbidden island of the Hawaiian Islands. You ever seen somebody play a dobro Hawaiian style slack key guitar? Oh man. There they are, the great Makaha sons of Ni'ihau. I really valued the time that I spent in Hawaii. About 9 months I spent there. But at the end of it all, the sameness, the lack of change, the the attitudes of some of the islanders, the to push for Hawaiian native rights, which is a good thing. But there was definitely a growing conflict of what would you say? Definitely a growing conflict of dislike of haoles and people from the mainland and stuff. So I was kind of glad to get out of there. But one of the things that I really enjoyed was the music of the islands. And there was a radio station called KINE, Kine, because they say something. This the Kine is one of those things they say in Hawaii when they're saying. Used to listen to that in the morning. Really like that, hearing Opihi, man, and all the great classics of Hawaiian music. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Oh, your brother passed. I'm sorry to hear that. Honolulu is an interesting place. You would think, yeah, these are my own. Joe Kane in Australia gave one to Missy Jenn and one to me of these these beautiful. These are actually polished iron here. It's amazing, beautiful. But I was very glad. I'm glad to get back there. Probably going to go over there and spend a month, get an Airbnb, and do a lot of streaming from Honolulu. But one of the big issues of Honolulu is you would think over in Hawaii, you wouldn't have things like traffic problems and all that. They got the H1, the H2 freeway. The H1 freeway runs along the bottom of Oahu, through Waikiki and over to Aiwa, over to Pearl, and then over that way. But man, that traffic would just be horrendous on that thing. It was absolutely amazing. Hello, Ontario Chick. How are you? I'm very honored to see you today. Hey, Cindy. Everybody loves Hawaii. It's all great for the short term. Then you stay there for a long period of time, particularly around the Waikiki area, and then they had the big problems with the homeless people. And they'd be urinating and defecating on the beach, and it's just they had to clean that stuff up, right? They had to clean that. Hawaii's good content, Goldie. I agree. The whole U.S. is going to be good content, so I'm kind of looking forward. To all of those adventures. Good morning, Blonde. How are you today, honey? Well, let's get to it. Missy Jenn. Most importantly, I put the most important things right up here. Missy Jenn had a comfortable night last night. As you guys know, I was on late on Hangout. I am a morning person. I don't need a lot of sleep, but I feel very refreshed today. Today like was unusual. I got like a solid 5 hours of sleep. So I'm really like feeling good to go here this morning. Happy getting Missy Jenn. I got up this morning. I got her breakfast going. She hadn't really eaten anything yesterday. It's important. Yeah, thank you, Dorlin. It's important. I'm going to get an RV in the next couple months, Monkey Boy. It's important that she eat, because yesterday she didn't have anything. So I made her, we got some of those I picked up some of those Jimmy Dean pancake sausage breakfast things, and she seems to enjoy that. It's a nice calorie push. You shouldn't ought to eat too much on the day of surgery. So I had her very restricted. Good morning, Luna. Yes, Missy Jenn's the most important thing. And yeah, Hazel, thank you, sweetie. Nice to see you. And if you guys haven't checked out Hazel's Reptile, make sure you check her. She does mukbangs now and cool stuff. Holly says they have leprosy colonies in Hawaii. They have Father Damien is very renowned over there, the Belgian priest that, you know, when leprosy came to the colonies and stuff, they would ship all those people over to the island of Molokai. And that's where the leper colony was. And Father Damien worked among those people over there to give them dignity, to give them a livelihood, and to give them some semblance of a quality of life, as opposed to before that they would be shooed off to caves and have to live on their own as unclean, despite contracting an illness that was not of their own doing, a voluntary thing like an STD or something like that. So thank you, Hazel. Thank you. Well, it's kind of interesting, Blonde, when you think about it, because Father Damien eventually ended up contracting leprosy himself and died. And I don't know what the status is of, you know, there's quite a push to make him a saint. I don't really know where that stands, but I would refer you to Jan and Bruce Adams' Van Adventures channel. I will say that again, Jan and Bruce Van, V-A-N, Adventures. And you can go over there, and she extensively covers the Hawaii Islands. She does great travel stuff. Goldie, I'm a dope. I just think, you know, you've walked the earth as long as I have. You got to absorb something once in a while. So, hey, Cindy, how you doing? Hello, Janelle. And Janelle, I heard you. I was laying in bed last night listening to you and Dave on the chat. And as usual, you have a lot of wisdom and stuff. So I will address the concerns that you talked about last night. I recommend everybody go to Hawaii. Always start on Oahu, right? A lot of honeymooners go to Maui. They're not really thinking about, you know, their tourist menu is very confined. You know what I mean? It's like more like what's for breakfast, what's for dinner, and then just leave us the hell alone, right? But when you branch out, you know, from the island of Maui, and then of course the big island where my friend Colleen Hope lives there on the Kona side, then you have the Hilo side, which is more the native Hawaii, where they have the Merry Monarch Festival. I believe that's every June, where all the hula schools in Hawaii, they all get together and they hula halaus, they call them, the tourists, not the tourists, but the hula schools. And they'll start from 2-year-old kids all the way up to like senior world-class hula. And all of these schools will compete, and it's a gigantic thing. It's almost like they're set in a big rodeo ring covered, and they have all of these dancers and things. Well, yeah, hey, Beavis, how you doing today? So it's very interesting. I didn't mean to get sidetracked on that, but Missy Jenn is doing well. I think she will try to come on tomorrow and do a little bit of a Thursday coffee time chat tomorrow morning. She feels like there's a lot of people that she wants to say hi to and to say thank you to. Now, I did receive, you know, an objection to the videoing yesterday in the, not from the hospital, because of course I had permission to video inside of what I was doing in the pre-op area and also the recovery room. And then I followed Jen a little bit into the OR. There's always somebody that's going to say something about what you do, you know, when it's, you know, why would you put that? You didn't do your own surgery and all that stuff. My surgery was much more of a, you know, Jen had pictures that were saved for me from the surgery, but you know, there's no way that I'm going to put them on due to the really graphic nature and the invasive nature of my surgery. They cut out two big strips out of my side, and you can see all the open, and you know, let's just say, right, the big bubble butt on the operating table and all that. Nobody want to see that stuff. But if you're just videoing somebody in the you're not in the operating room, and then you're in recovery room. And this is something that Jen expressed a wish, because she does like to have a record of, you know, YouTube says broadcast your life. And Missy Jenn and I, thank you very much, Karen. Nice to see you. Hi, Willow. Nice to see you. I thought it was Andrea. She asked if you could just if you could call back maybe in after this hangout is over. She's looking forward to talking to you, honey, and checking out. So I think that the video was done tastefully. It was done cinematically, so that you got to feel, you got some of the emotions, you got some of the worry, but then you got some good camera movement, and you got some good. You got a little bit of humor in the beginning, and then you got a nice video, and we have something nice to put into our permanent storage of our lives. You know, it's something that happened. So I tell you once again, if somebody has an agenda, you know, the old saying, to a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. I mean, if people want to hammer you on a channel, they're going to find any little thing to hammer you on. Yeah, thank you, Will. I appreciated that. Yeah, Missy Jenn is taken care of very well. She got her breakfast today. She had a good sleep last night. She's just got to take it easy. She's like me. She wants to overdo. So I'm doing like the vacuuming today. I'm doing all the everything to just make sure that she can be the Norwegian queen here today. So she's doing good. So thank you to all of you. It's no slam dunk surgery when you have multiple sclerosis and you have a very slow heartbeat. So you know who's really nervous in that situation? You know who's hovering over your bed, really nervous AF? Anybody want to get? Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Jordan Blue? How you doing, Jordan Blue? Nice to see you, honey. You know who's really worried hanging over the bed? The anesthesiologist. Normally they come in, hey, I'm Dr. X. You know, how many you don't make office appointments to see an anesthesiologist. They only work in the hospital or the surgical clinics, right? But they're responsible, and they're one of the physician specialties that's always open to liability, and they're probably one of the highest sued subgroups within the medical profession. Because, thank you, greatest ever, because, you know, of the risk of having somebody go under with loss of memory. And sometimes when people go down with a low heart, they just keep going down the heart rate, and they really cannot effectively bring that up. Maxine said, I honestly thought you couldn't record or pre-op or post-op. Yes, you can. There's no issue at all. As long as you have permission. There was nobody else on the identifiable on the video, and all the nurses were like, yeah, are you podcasting? I said, no. I said, I'm a YouTube celebrity. They said, go right ahead. Yeah. Yeah, her heartbeat bottomed out at about 37, so it's a huge concern. Yeah, Harvey said the Boyd is killing me. Thank you, everybody. I had a pretty good sleep last night. Can't you see my big blue eyes are bright and shiny? Good morning, Wanda. How are you? Yeah, you can record. You know, the nurses are really cool and everything. So I would never. Hey, Jenny, how are you? She's doing good, honey. Cooking egg drop rice. Man, that sounds good. Hey, Mama Ricky, nice to see you. That sounds good. Cool. CX in the chat. There we go. Let's talk about MammaBear a minute. I mean, I've got a lot of blowback today. People are writing me, and you know, now's your chance to go to war with. Hey, Jody, how are you? She's doing good, Jenny. I'm looking at her sitting over here. She does not wish to be on camera today, and I'm going to honor that wish. She will try to do a coffee time tomorrow. Yep, Dory is here. I know. So, hey, over yonder. How are you? I took some. Yeah, you could. They don't care. They're fine as long as you ask, and as long as the subject is agreeable. As Missy Jenn certainly wanted that recorded yesterday for our prosperity. Oh, I thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Goldie. You're sweet. So I will pass that along. She will see this today for sure. So I'll be like Vinny G today. I've got. When I get off, Rosie, I've got to do a bit of housework. I got to mop. I've got to do some laundry. Vinny, I fucking love you. Hey, thank you, Elf. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Anyway, I'm not going to war with MammaBear, you know, over Las Vegas, certainly. Now, there's got a sting factor to it, right? When you're talking about doing something and then you have to pull back from that because, well, maybe you were kind of boozed up that last night. And you had like a flight of fantasy and stuff. But the reality is that, you know, you have to see the spirit of the times and the way people are. And MammaBear is tough as nails. Let's face it. You know, she calls me a pussy. Okay. You know, all right. You know, she misgenders me, he, you know, and all that stuff. But you got to understand when you're trans, you got to separate people that you know do that because they can't stand you. Hey, Sharon B. As opposed to people who just want to kind of poke you a little bit and prod you. I always know the difference between the two. It does not negatively. In fact, I think it's kind of cute and it's kind of funny. And I always sit there and kind of giggle. I mean, I'm being honest with you. I'm going to bullshit you, you know. When MammaBear's not raging against Tucker and Dave and all these people, I enjoy being on their chats. Although at the time I did not know all the things that came down with little Rosie and all that. You know, that's something that MammaBear has to work through with not only her in her own mind and heart, but she has to work that through with the, you know, with all the people in the communities and everything. She needs to do that. Hi, Gypsy. Nice to see you. We can't, you know, we can't do that for her. So, yeah, I'm kind of too Baltimore tough, Andrea. I'm like you, honey, Detroit tough, right? Luna. So Luna and I are both under kind of the. We're shoveling shit in the bear cave right now. So now I've been demoted from eaglet back to junior cub. And then yesterday was pushed right down to woolly, whatever the hell that is. A woolly worm, you know, yanking my chain. Yeah, I hear you, Jordan Blue. You know, I guess I like to see people a certain way, and I probably have a prejudiced eye when I see people. There's Miriam, there's my Baltimore gal, 23 years Baltimore police force in my neighborhood. There we go. So no offense, MammaBear. Maybe, like I said, the wonderful thing about this community is that it's always in motion. I hear you, Quinny. It's always in motion. And I guarantee you the configuration of the way people feel about certain people today will be probably, I would say 90% certain that the feelings will be different come fall. So I told Mama Bear, just hold your fire. I know I'm a pussy. It's okay. You know, I'm a woolly now. Peace. I'm not trying to, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ivy Rose. I don't think she misgenders me. And so I don't really worry about it. So a lot of people over there are like, you know, Rosie's got to take her to, you know, it's like, you know, I can't predict 11 months from now what the landscape's going to look like. When you say support, I mean, support is like if I go to somebody's chat, you know, there's a lot of people ghost her chat, right? But I choose to go in and just kind of chat away. So am I on a worse level? I don't know. You know, you see people like Luna in there, you enjoy chatting with them and just hanging out. I mean, it's just a place to chat. You know, with life now, with a lot of time on my hands. Thank you, Goldie. You know, I make my way around chats. I'm reconfiguring. Our weather's turning harsh again. So absolutely, Karen, I don't get it. I mean, I do understand, Karen, and I understand where a lot of people are coming from. I don't understand myself. When you have a following, you have an audience, and sometimes she can, you know, really pack a room. You know, why you wouldn't want to, you know, if you're teaching Bible and things like that. I think one of the big tenets of the Bible is to turn the other cheek, you know, when things are done, and just make peace, you know, the peace train, and put things over. I see you, Mama Bear. I understand, but I like it when people try to make peace. And I know you and I have privately messaged about some other people there, and you've held your ground on that, as you have a right to do. I'm just saying, I think that moving in a really positive direction and doing your own thing could engender more people to come back. I'll never tell you how to run your channel, ever. I'm just thinking, you know, if you ever did choose to monetize, it might be an incentive to go in a positive kind of way, and make a little money, and then get the positive reinforcement of having, you know, doing real, not engaging in fighting, and just kind of saying, you know, the past is the past, and own some of that past. And I mean, I know you're a fighter, right? The karate chopper, and I do enjoy you, and I do enjoy your content, and I state that on here. I just like to see stuff get passed. No, Jody, but he was on the side chat last night, and that's fine. There we go. Now, so I've addressed that. Now I want to mention the CX network. All I'm hearing now is about the CX network, and Rosie wants to audition for the CX network. For those of you who don't know, CX network is something that was started by a guy named Paul Danino, who came out of Florida, and he came to California. He was one of the pioneers of street streaming, IRL, in real life streaming. And he's a fascinating guy, and he's sort of put a network together of people that do that kind of activity, going out on the streets and doing that. Now, some people say it's very edgy. There's some things that I don't agree with some of the streamers do. You do risk being beaten out there on the streets. I've had my own confrontations out there. You risk people seeing the content that they don't like when I went to the bar, and they had I guess the celebration of life encompassed within a Saturday night at a bar. You know, and some people didn't like that content, and I guess they you know, took offense to that, and it's probably why the swatting took place on Sunday night. It is what it is. It's a very edgy kind of deal, you know. Now, am I that interested in it? I'm having some good success with my own streaming stuff now, but I do enjoy some of the people that are on there. I can't say I wouldn't mind a free trip to Hawaii or something. And people talk about everything is all humiliation and stuff on that network. It's not. It's really not. Thank you, Jenny. Most of these people stream around the LA area, and they're gamers and all that kind of stuff. So it's like there's a lot of different things that they do on there. Now, the network, I think the big problem with the network is the lack of stability. You have people that have big egos that go on there. They're you might say, well, Rosie, you'll fit right in. You're full of yourself and stuff. Well, I try to be low key and respectful. But sometimes people in there do have a very inflated opinion of themselves. And this causes friction on the network. So it's something that I agree, Goldie. I think it'd be a good addition. Now, some people say that, that you're going to be in trouble. They're going to humiliate you, or you're not the profile that they want. If CX Network is smart and Paul Danino is smart, which I believe him to be, then they know the best thing to do is fill out all age groups, all genders, differently gendered, gone in, because it makes for a much more rounded viewing experience. When you see Rosie on the streets of LA or on the streets of Compton or down at the Bowery or down at South Central LA, Inglewood doing something. I'm not going to be on Hollywood Boulevard, man. I'm going to the belly of the beast when I go. But it makes for a much more rounded experience. That's what I like. Yeah, well, it is swatted. When the cops are called on you on a live stream, look it up in the Urban Dictionary, swatted. You don't necessarily have to come into a SWAT team. You just have a gang of cops show up and they want to come in and they want to look around. And they termed it a wellness check because they heard somebody called and said my boyfriend had a knife and was raging here on the Rancho. So it is what it is. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, there you go, Dory. Love Inglewood. Hey, Callie. Kaylee, sorry. So I don't know how I feel about that. I think when the time is right, I'll contact him and see if he wants to consider me for that. If not, I'm not going to cry. I do my own thing. When you hit the streets, you're going to build up a big following anyway over time. It's inevitable. People come, they love to see the interaction. Last Saturday night's live stream, as screwed up as it may have been with Rosie getting in trouble as usual on it, still a hell of a lot of people were on that. That was a huge stream that night. People want to see that. Yeah, I want to stream with Burger. I want to be out there. I want to buy him a burger. So there it is. There's my thoughts on the CX network. Now, Wrench is in open chats. I see my friend Metallic's like, why would MammaBear be in here on this chat? Look, my philosophy on chats is that I've always enjoyed having a place where people can come in, and if somebody they dislike comes in, this is the venue where they can kind of go at each other on the side chat, as opposed to being blocked on here and then maybe doing darker things behind the background. Having animosity that may convert into some darker action. Let people speak. Let people come together. There's enough chats now that I got one, greatest ever. I'm going to put that on. There's enough chats now where people can go to that everybody has a wrench. And you can go in and you can enjoy that kind of chat experience. This is what I was talking about last night. It's so nice that people can come in and now choose the chat that they want to go to. They have a wrench. Let's see. It was kind of the idea between drama live. Yeah, I got you, Samantha. Here's JK NoCal. good friend of mine, local. He doesn't always co-sign on the shit I do. I know how he feels about the Elvis, but he understands a chat room is a chat room. So I wanted to talk about the wrenches. People talk about Greg and I. Greg and I are still friendly. I just got tired of, pushing about running a chat the way I wanted to run it. I didn't want to have people kicked out and banned just for showing up. And I was hurt that Greg, and there's been hurt both ways, and I own that, and to Greg, I apologize for things that came before, but, coming in Sunday night when the SWAT came down and immediately declaring it fake as fuck, well, it kind of tells me what your feelings are, about me and my character and stuff. It's kind of one of those breakthrough little moments. So, I de-wrench Greg. He's always welcome to the chat. I just need people to understand what's going on. Why does Elvis have a wrench? Because he would show up and then immediately be booted out of chats or timed out and all that. And you guys know if you time somebody out, that people will hit that for 300 seconds, and they can put somebody into timeout until the second coming, and I like to have an open chat where people at least have a place to have a place to chat in here. So, I got JK NoCal, who's always been a friend of mine. And, he was kind of being mucked with on the side. And, he deserves, by virtue of the fact he is local and, in my community here. And I know him and his lovely wife, and we've had multiple times we've been together. Yeah, he gets a wrench, because he's not going to wrench people out and just hit people with the stick. Oda Mae Brown, I think we all agree Oda Mae Brown is an excellent moderator. She's outstanding. She just she's like I don't know how to describe it. She is just like a blanket that can come down and just look at a chat room situation, look at the host, and then adjust her moderating accordingly. She's very good at adapting to all the terrain of how a chat wants to be run. She's a wonderful gal. I love her to pieces. We communicate a lot in the background. She's not always down with everything I do. Let me tell you, we had a little bit of issue on the Women's March. She's got her eye on me to make sure I'm fair when I cover events like that, not to turn that into events where you're making fun of people, but you can give people credit for at least picking up a sign or at least taking time out of their day to stand up for something, even though you may not agree with it. And that was my message. That was my message on that. I think the mods do have to follow the rules that the host said. So I don't have a lot of them. Hello, forever friend. Oda's an amazing one, right? I've got Harvey here because a lot of times his schedule is such that he's available daytime when I'm on street streams and things like that. Now, Harvey is being killed, Harvey De Niro Staples. He's being killed by the time difference. Poor Harvey's up like 22 hours a day, 23 hours a day in London, trying to keep up with all the knuckleheads. Doxing's not cool, Johnny Watt. Absolutely not cool. I know that. And I've been accused since I've been doxed out, been basically steamrolled over the years with family, job, friend, everything. All through Facebook and everything weaponized, every bit of media, every link of a naughty video that I did in the past was distributed to everybody to Kingdom Come. And now I just feel like, okay, I should be more sensitive to that. I agree. I should be much more sensitive to that. And that's probably the biggest strike against me. Bergs calls it like the Boyd brain. Like, you start to become insensitive and hard-shelled about the shit that could happen to other people and protecting them. Okay, so I understand that. Hi, Cassidy. How are you doing, sweetie? But I just like it when people come into this chat. You're on your own, you know, to defend yourself as you see fit. Okay. So that's Harvey. He's here daytime. Tom Finland is another one you guys don't see too often at nighttime. He's been a friend of mine for years. He comes in. He's usually available in my daytime streams, the afternoon, because mods can't always be here. And, you know, you like to have somebody that's there to keep an eye on things, that knows your style, knows how you feel about certain things. And Tom he's just started in as a mod, and I think he's already doing a pretty good job over there. Missy Jenn has a wrench for obvious reasons. She's not really in the chat that often. And I don't know who else I have as it's a very slim core of mods in here, because I don't think you need to overdo it with a mod. One problem, when everybody has a wrench and somebody new comes in and they don't like that person, they can immediately take and block and put that person out. So this is a place where if you want to come in here, it's better to do stuff in the open than to go behind the scenes and, you know, do the daring do and all that. I'm going to get a refill real quick and I'll continue with the open chat thing. George, what are you doing, huh? Georgie's up. All right. Okay. All right, Jessica Jennifer, how you doing, my friend? The great Jessica Jennifer, the pride of the boys, the female warrior down here. Harvey says, I would never throw anybody out, only if they're disrespectful. Well, I would say if they're disrespectful to Jen. For me, it's just, it is what it is, Harvey. You got to let people have their say. Okay. Love you too, Jessica. What a warrior for the Boyd, man. Hey, Pam. How are you doing, beautiful? Nice to see you. You're really having good success with your whipping into shape. I'm really proud and happy for you. Jessica Jennifer's funny as fuck. I mean, she's the gold standard, in my opinion, of the OG Boyd. She really is. She really is fun. I think free speech is important. You know, I'm not going to muzzle people. You start to muzzle people, and that's how you get people really angry as hell. Yeah, Jordan, I did discuss that a little earlier about that. So, you know, what I don't like in the chat was that let's see, over here on the coast in the chats, what I've noticed is you go into a chat and there's about 20 to 30 people with wrenches. When there's only 50 people in the chat, lots of problems. See, good morning, Gabby. How are you? Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know, Simon, how I feel about that, but the mods here are pretty, you know, chosen for, you know, when you have Oda Mae Brown in your chat in the evening, hey, Mossy, when you have Oda Mae Brown in your chat in the evening, you're doing pretty damn good. Hey, there's Oda May. You got a world-class moderator there, and I do mean world-class with a capital W and a capital C. Like I said, we exchange information freely and honestly on things. And like I said before, if she thinks that I'm out of line, she has no hesitancy in contacting me, or even saying on open chat, you know, you're out of line, or just be careful, you're redlining there. So that's why I feel honored. Hey, Zoe, I feel extremely honored to have her as a mod. Extremely honored. And her pal Ash is almost like a fellow traveler there, but I just don't want to, you know, knock up the chat with a million wrenches. Just keep things open. No, you don't, Jordan Blue, because you know you rise above this type of thing. That's why I admire you. The only thing I ask my mods to do is this. Last night, my friend Janelle, RN, came in and she was talking about somebody had made a hateful comment. Hi, TLA. No problem, forever friend. We're good, honey. There was I don't know who particularly made it, if it was a troll account or something, but somebody made a message to the effect that Becca should off herself. And, you know, we don't want that kind of thing. That should automatically be removed. That type of thing should be pulled out of the chat. I don't want a chat room where that stuff is coming down, right? Right. I mean, that's not, I mean, so I apologize to Janelle and I apologize to Becca. When you have 300 people on a stream and sometimes up to almost 400 people, it's very difficult. The side chat really flies. What you don't want to do is put on that chat slowdown thing, because that drives people out of their tree. Okay. There may be a point that's needed, but if you see somebody put that kind of hatred on the side chat, you need to just remove that. There's no questions asked. Missy Jenn's doing well, TLA. Thank you, honey. The other thing is, I don't like people putting links in the side chat. Okay. Thank you, frequent flyer. Yeah, it's funny. Oda Mays, I removed that. Of course you can. And I don't like people that post links in the chat either. Okay. Because you don't know what they're linking you to. So most times it's no big deal. I will say I have strong filtering on the channel. For those of you who don't live stream, YouTube in its community settings for chat and for videos, you do have the ability to load in words that you want to be automatically blocked. And then it'll show up on the side chat. It'll show or hide, and then it's up to the moderators to allow that to be shown or not. So I just chats with tons of mods. They're not fun chats. I agree. I mean, you can have a lot of fun, but I just feel like I like to be at a place where people at least can express their opinions and not have to feel like they have to backdoor people to go in and do. But wishing death or illness on people is that's definitely like against YouTube's terms of service. It's harassment and bullying, and I think that everybody would agree that it's something that should be removed. And also the links. If you see links posted, automatically remove them. Now on the other side, on the chat that people can come to it, and I don't care if somebody promotes their own chat. I could care less. Okay. If you have a video you're doing, or you have a channel you want people to subscribe to, chime it out. Chime it out. That to me is the positive part of YouTube. If you're creating content or you're running a chat and you want people to come to your chat and hang out, post it in the side chat. Put it in there. Other chat hosts go, some, not all, but some of them go crazy when you talk about somebody else's chat. Big Big deal. As if we're like the fucking Merv Griffin chat and what would you say, like Merv Griffin or a country club chat here? Come on. Really? Really? Now, would I as a chatter, would I ever go to somebody's chat and say, I'm going live in a few minutes? Hell no. Hell no. It's like if I went into Vinny's chat and I said, Vinny, you know what? I love the fact you have 200 people in here. I'm going to go live now and do my thing. Can you imagine the lack of respect? Yeah, I hear you, Goldie. You can promote your stream, but just don't come on and, I don't care if, but to do that, it's a slap in the face to other streamers that are doing their thing. And I think everybody should be successful and everybody should have fun. I hear you, Jordan Blue. Yeah, I think I'll probably do some updates now that I've turned the golden age here. I think I will do some updates because you're not going to find many trans women my age in the community. It's almost unheard of to see how somebody goes into their golden years still kicking ass on the streets. Hey, low profile. I think it's fun. That's why people say, well, you don't fit the demographic for the CX network. And how you doing? How you doing, Sam? Nice to see you. CX network would love that stuff. They'd love that crap, so people really don't know what they're talking about. I know. Jordan Blue. Jordan Blue's like the little, is she angel or devil? Yeah, I have to laugh. Hey, A&R Travels, I just cracking up, on here. So just my rules are simple. Just don't post links. Don't engage in hate things about death or illness on people. And that's about it. Other than that, I don't care. People can come in and have fun. That's right, Goldie. It's not ready for a Rosie takeover. Plus, I've enjoyed doing my own thing too. Thank you, Mama Ricky. JK, hey Vanessa, how are you doing? Beautiful says I have in the CX network. I'll pass it forward to you. That became the dominant theme. Oh, use the big stirring stick. There we go, Johnny Wad. There we go. That became sort of a stick to beat me now. That you're doing, you want to join CX. I happen to mention CX because a lot of times I like the style of their video, and I like the fact that, and even though Sam Pepper had a falling out with Paul Danino, the owner of the network, he still did great content. He wasn't out there dissing people. And, when he went to the Stairway of Heaven in Hawaii and did the climb, great content. There we go. Greatest ever. Woo. Yeah, Wanda says there's plenty of drama in the RV community. Look at Caravan Carolyn. She's having a nervous breakdown from the trolls. Well, all I can tell Carolyn is, man, you better be used to it. What you call trolls is people with opinions out there. Oh, I don't know, Sunberry, you're sweet. You're sweet. Yeah, now Sam can keep his 20%. Yeah, Sam's been booted. Maybe you can get it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be an issue getting into the network if I want to. The problem is, do I want that level of control? Do I want to sign a contract that says you have to do this level of content? I'm not sure if I want that. Like here, I've gone days without a stream. I don't want to feel like, well, you got to go out in the rain and put something up for a stream. I don't want to do that. I like to have that control. And gradually, when you're street streaming anyway, more and more people come because they like that. Now, some people didn't like the bar scene on Saturday. I get that. I certainly got my beat down from some quarters on that. I get it. Yeah, Booker. Booker says, I like how you schooled the chat on actual trolling last night. Man, the real number of trolls on YouTube is tiny. Tiny. You know, people that will really, really mess with your life and all that. They're very tiny. Yep, you can promote your voodoo doll sales. Yeah, you have to sign a contract with CX Network. Yep. And you turn yeah, thank you, Quinny. I don't put up hit pieces. I don't ever get on and blast people on a video. Yeah, it was. I hear you, Jordan Blue. You know, it's Jordan Blue says no beatdown. It was awkward. I'll give you that. At the time I was there, it felt right to me, but maybe because I'd had a couple beers going into there, and then I was knocking back a big pint of dark beer. I might have been feeling a little gregarious, but there were a lot of people having a good time in there. I never got the sense that it was, you know, if I'd sensed there was sadness or people that were truly looked like they were mourning, of course, my demeanor, I like to think my demeanor would have changed, right? I mean, I would have definitely felt like my demeanor would have changed. Hey, Koopy. Yeah, I was knocking back a pint. I do have a bit of a drinking problem. Yeah, that dark beer is like the high proof steel reserve. Blonde's like, I like a gregarious Rosie. I got a mouthpiece on me, you know, I'm out there. Oh, CX is a private network, Oda May, that is the backbone of it is people that do IRL streaming, which means in real life. They're either broadcasting, you know, crazy shit in their own home. Jinxie, how you doing, baby doll? Or they're out, thank you, Mr. Molina, or they're going out like I like to do on the street or restaurants, and they're streaming that live. Now, of course, the risk is you're often going to get swatted, not in the police sense, but people can mess with you and that are on the stream because it's real time. And, you know, to the people that are watching, it makes funny as hell content, you know, like the SWAT here. I just turned off the camera, and I'm not going to give people, you know, in the home the satisfaction of that. But out on the road, it's a different story. So you go out there and you do your street stream and you meet people, you engage people. You never know what's going to happen. That unpredictability element of it makes it amazing content for a lot of people. And they really enjoy that unknown factor that anything could happen at any time. Like, I didn't walk into that bar scene and expect to come out with the heap of trouble that I had that night. It's just, you know. Well, they don't give you assignment. I think you're supposed, hey, monkey boy, thank you. I think that they expect you to produce a certain amount of content. And then you turn over 20% of that content to the network. Sunday evening at 8:41 p.m., the cops came banging on the door, Sam. You can look. I've already given the where in the hell I put it out several times. The encounter report for the Santa Rosa Police Department. A lot of trolls have already secured the encounter report off of the incident report. So all I ever got was a pizza. Well, Sam, it's not the first time we've been swatted here on the Rancho. Okay. All I ever got was pizza. They were in and out of here in 4 to 5 minutes. That was it. soon as they came around the corner, they saw Jen, they saw the wheelchair, they saw a very calm scene here. One of the officers went to the back. He looked at the shine shack. He was admiring the still back there. Then he went into the workshop building, looked around there. Then he came in. He came around the corner here, and he looked at the screen. Another guy had been standing here too, and they were watching the side chat. So within seconds, within like 15 seconds, they'd already assessed the situation. Cindy said, I think it's personally awful. You had to show you were telling us. You put it out there, Cindy, and then other people can make their own decision about whether it happened or not. But the police incident report is there now. Anybody that's just still in a state of denial is somebody that has an entrenched position of dislike, and that's fine. They can put what they want. Thank you, chiming. I know you did. Shauna Males is here. Said, what a waste of cop time and service. Plus, I want to say something, too, about Shauna Males. Shauna Males was no fan of that stream. Okay? But the really amazing thing about Shauna Males was she went and did a video calmly, rationally, coolly. She explained her feelings about sensationalism, appropriateness of venues, and things like that. Okay? I listened to the video. Bottom line is, as Bergs would say, if you see somebody took the time to do a video about you, you owe the courtesy of watching that video. And I did. Viewer's choice last night, Faye. I like the girl. She's got a mouthpiece on her. She likes to be edgy. Her title is Rosie O'Kelly. You know, we don't believe you. So I went into the side chat just before I was going to bed, and I put the Santa Rosa Police incident report number down, and I gave the phone number that she could call and get the encounter report for that if she so chose. People said I should get it and show it. I should take my time to go down to the police station, get the report, and then show it on camera here. What do you think some of the people would say? Rosie, you got a nice printer there on the Rancho. Nice. We're going to call the Santa Rosa Police Department and report you for impersonating and defrauding people on using. No, I mean, it was a good video, Shauna, and I mean, your stuff was not lost on me. Yeah, I'm not spending a fucking penny of gasoline to go over there. There's no way. Yeah, that's Felicia, and I've enjoyed her content. I think that she enjoys the attention, and it's fine. You can do what you want. I've enjoyed. I mean, I go to sleep some nights listening to her. She likes to run a real late night chat, and she can have an opinion about stuff. I don't get bent out of place, but I did take the time to go on and put the information on the side chat. She didn't blow up. She didn't. She just wrote it down, and she'll pursue it, whatever she wants to do. Hey, Henry brings up the curtain rod. Let me get that perfectly positioned so you can see. There we go. He's got the dip in the middle there. Nice to see you. Yeah, Boot, anybody brings up the curtain rod of doom. Yeah, Bergs has been very respectful the last couple chats. He's starting to get that positive feedback loop now after bottoming me out. Remember, I was here. It was on my stream tonight. Remember this, guys, when we're talking about Bergs, and a lot of people dislike Bergs because he's got a really big mouthpiece on him, but he's got a really good heart, too. And he never hurt anybody when he's not on the high gravity malt liquor. But I want to tell you what. It was on my chat stream last night that he went off 2 times in a row. The second time was much lighter because I boot people off now if they're going to give a problem. I don't know whether it was Oda May or it was Stewie, I'm glad to see you around. Love you. I don't know, was Oda May or Kitten Cat started the hashtag unsubbergs. And in the course of 4 hours, his subs went from 803 to 6, the next morning, 670, and they finally bottomed out at like 650. I've never seen a channel take such an enormous percentage hit overnight. Yeah, that's it. Sam. Overnight. How you doing, D? Just me. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think, well, we're kind of past that now, Debbie Arioli. We're on a good plane, because that really hurt him that night. He was stinging bad. He called me for a week. It's over. It's because of you, But then when he stopped and thought about it, that was enough of a slap of reality that he started to change. He wanted it overnight. I said, Bergs, people aren't going to come back overnight. They're going to watch you over a period of time. And they're going to watch what you do because they know if you're faking or you're real. So he came on and he started doing parodies and funny stuff and guitar stuff and doing the stuff that he liked to do. Coming on the chats, being respectful, if not still very loud. Because when Bergs is leaning down on he's out in the garage and he's leaning down into the phone and he's so damn close to the mouthpiece that, he's got a booming voice. Good morning, Tess. Thank you very much, Tess. But he's moved in a positive direction and his subscribers are reflecting that. So he's in a positive feedback loop. He came on a chat that we had over the weekend with Vegas Vixen, with Jill, Jake. I think JK was in there, but we had such a damn good time. Bergs can play well with others. Get off of that malt liquor. Now his subs have climbed from 650. He's already back to 730. So don't tell me that trolls just throw you to the garbage can. No, they don't. They're not trolls. They're people observing people's behavior. They have the ability to smack you down. They also have the ability to raise you up. And that's what the mode that Bergs is in now. Is he going to slip? Undoubtedly, he'll slip sometime. That's the nature of humans. But I'm saying the trend he is on is a very, very good trend. Tonight, I'm going to have an interesting chat. I'm going to talk about, I've gotten a lot of messages and people seem to enjoy me talking about history and especially little known history, particularly of the United States and obscure type of history. And I think tonight interweaved in a chat, and this will be apropos to Elvis, failed to heed the warning. And if you didn't see last night's hangout where I talked about the China syndrome, and Marshall's at the point where he's just at the trigger point of the China syndrome where you lose the cooling water on the core, the nuclear core, the reactor core, and it literally gets so hot that it melts through the containment building and it starts to go into the ground. It's called a meltdown. It's a flight of fantasy. They envision that it goes forever. It doesn't. It's a long way to the core of the earth. So it takes, you have a certain amount of fuel. And when that's expended, it's still an ugly situation. Hey, Sean. It's an ugly situation. It's really the point of no return for YouTube. When people start streaming your stream, you know how hard it is to push so many people to one side of the boat because they feel so strongly about somebody that you see something you rarely see, because usually you have a core of people that support you. Maybe comes out 50-50, 60-40, but man, when you see 95%, you're close to meltdown mode on here, the core meltdown. That's it. And it's something I've rarely seen on YouTube is somebody just be totally forced off because of the aggregate group voting on their behavior, turning off the side chat, turning off the super chat. When you start isolating yourself from people's opinions and feedback, then you're on your way out. You're like the king that's in the castle when the peasants are rioting outside. You know they're going to bust the door down. So thank you, Blonde. I think it is a good analogy. Yeah, meltdowns are a very rare thing on here. But when they occur, they're one of the rarest phenomena. It's almost like a black hole. It just sucks the person right into the black hole. Be positive. People aren't stupid on here. Okay. People. Missy Jenn's doing good today, honey. I'm hurt on my side a little bit, but I'm feeling better. So she's doing pretty good. I made her a nice breakfast today. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to do my Vinny G. I've got to do vacuuming and other chores. I should put on my bikini and vacuum, huh? Yeah, this came from Joe Kane in Australia. It's polished iron ore. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you put peasants in titles. Well, let me tell you what, Booker K. The funniest thing, and Stewie, record this, okay? You're going to love this, honey. When it comes, okay? Let me tell you what, Stewie. Get your little thing going. Okay. I don't know. Joe Kane sent it from Australia. It is beautiful, isn't it? It's nice. It hangs to just the right point in there. Elvis Travels. Let me tell you, brother. You might think that you're a king, the Assyrian king, but you live in a kingdom where the freaking peasants live better than the king. All right. Think about that. You live in a kingdom where the friggin' peasants live better than the king. Woo! I mean, think about that. What a screwed up kingdom. Our king lives like a peasant. Our peasants live like kings and queens. Press 69 if I'm telling you the truth on there. Give me a 69, This is the YouTube we know and we love. There we go, Shauna. We have to feed and clothe and shelter our king. 69, baby. There we go. Pretty damn funny. Yeah, the emperor has no clothes. I think that's the way that story is. So hopefully Elvis will not trigger the China syndrome mode. Like I said last night, I'm the last little bit of cooling water on the core there. He's down to the last inch. Mr. X, gone. Coates, 9,500, gone. Chris Diamond's having a brutal time right now with the trolling that he's taking. Remember, Chris Diamond is a working professional musician and touring guy. Facebook pages and things like that. And if you're a friend to Elvis, you can imagine you're going to get screwed around with. And another thing I'm going to suggest is don't come on and challenge the trolls to do stuff, because they'll do it, man, and they'll do it in spades. You tell trolls, oh, I dare you to dox me. I dare you to do that. You better believe challenge accepted. One of the dumbest things that you can do on YouTube is challenge an audience that you have no idea what the skill set out there is to do something to come and get me. Now, Chris did nothing wrong, but he did give a message to the trolls that was taken to heart. Now, I know I'm thick-skinned and everything's been, I've been rolled over and plowed under. Okay, I got a thick skin. But this guy's running a business and all that. So, no, he's not related to Neil Diamond. But I'm just saying, that's a big mistake. You challenge people. I got a message for you trolls, back off and all that kind of stuff. Oh, man. I think it was the flea market thing chiming. Man, you don't ever want to. You don't ever want to date. I did see the parody, Harvey. I did see the parody, Harvey. It seems like you have your own fan club here on YouTube. Elf says it's too late for Elvis. There's no coming back. See, I'm going to just respectfully disagree with you a little bit, Elf. Elvis has that wheel, that pilot house wheel in his boat in his own hands. He can make it or break it at this point. He can either stop chugging upriver, thinking his controversy is breeding him success. It's not. If he ever went with the stream, he could be a fun person with entertaining content. He could still be edgy. And he'd have a lot more people enjoying him instead of just outright disliking him. Harvey is a star. Well, that's what I'm saying, Jordan Blue. I agree with that. People love a train wreck. I've made it apparently clear. I told him last night. Thank you, Quinny. You need to start today. And it's not his parting words last night. Well, the king feels differently about the peasants. It's the peasants that need to change and not the king. So, yeah, closing side chat is the beginning of triggering the nuclear option. That's the bottom line. If you can't face the people and you start calling people that watch trolls, all of them are trolls, you're already in meltdown mode. Already in meltdown mode. Thank you, Alpha. I respect your opinion too. Yeah, I know you're in the polar vortex. I'm not sure, Oda May. A lot of people think I have a mental illness on the channel. We throw that around, that term. We have a lot of armchair psychologists and stuff. I think he has delusions sometimes but I think there's a very calculated methodology. I already told him, Jinx, last night. I told him last night, and I said, if you go back and watch my hangout last night, I thought it was distasteful to come out and do a video about Drew. Because as hard as I worked in Florida when I was down there, the first time we were in Florida, I think we did meet up. The second time when I went down to Florida, Drew had no desire to be with Elvis at all. I tried. Drew stood his ground. So, I think mentioning him in a video was in poor taste. And it was offensive to people, quite a few people. Drew was a quiet person that didn't appreciate what you were doing and didn't appreciate your shtick. And we can't put lipstick on that. We cannot put lipstick on that. Thank you, Quinny. That's the way I like to have my hangout. That's right. Troll is a very condescending, dismissive term for everyone is a person. Get off your high horse. Exactly. Yeah, Drew did dislike it. It might be a little bit of regret and remorse that you didn't have a better relationship with him. Some people have said Drew wouldn't come on Rosie's panels when Elvis was on. Well, Elvis wasn't on that often. But you got to remember, Drew became very deeply engaged in the hobby of amateur radio, an amateur radio operator. Had his own license, was an integral part of the club scene. They had a very big, there's a lot of retired people down in Fort Myers. They have a very large amateur radio club, ham radio club down there. And Drew was a big part of that. He wanted less and less to do. He really enjoyed that, and we supported that. When he needed a new transceiver for his station, we sent it to him. When he would need a graphics card for his computer, we would send it to him. Why? Because we love Drew here. But Drew was one of those people, and this is a good lesson. He could see the bullshit that you did. Like me, the people I hung out with and the people that I continuously smashed my head through the wall to try to get them to see the light. And he didn't throw me under the bus for that. He took me as a one-on-one relationship, and I really respected him for that. Yeah, he was very involved in his community. He helped out during hurricanes. Yeah, he was a no-nonsense guy. He had a deep, hearty laugh. I relish and cherish. I look back with great joy. You can go back to Missy Jenn and my 7,636-mile journey. You can see the video about Drew. We did have a meetup, came to the hotel. We then went out, hung out, went to Outback Steakhouse with Francis, with Misha, Babushka there, Missy Jenn. We had a great time. He loved that town car. He loved that town car. And I put that in the video, all that. Okay. It is very cold out. Yeah, Jody said this is the modern day ham radio. He's been very nice. Yeah, rode in his car and did all that stuff. Had a good time. Always had a good time with Drew. He gave me the 4 Roses here. Would send me up a bottle of the 4 Roses bourbon, which is my favorite bourbon. It's hard to believe in the 1930s and 40s that was the #1 bourbon in the United States. Pretty cool. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to have one more cup of coffee. We'll wrap her up. Doing okay, honey? Just holler if you need anything, Jen. Anything. All right. I was checking on the Missy Jenn. She's looking forward to hearing the whirl of that vacuum cleaner. Hello, spirits. Remember, I did a bikini vacuuming. Thank you against the wind. That's funny. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. Yeah, we gotta, the weather's gonna get rugged here. We have a cold, wet front coming through. We'll have a ton of snow up in the Sierras. I'm still targeting the 3rd week of February to be up in Reno for a weekend, weather permitting. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Missy Jenn should be pretty much recovered. We'll have a great time, the usual street streaming activities and the things that make it a lot of fun. Hey, Cheryl. Now, a lot of people say, oh, some people have said, oh, Missy Jenn doesn't like being out on that, bouncing around the chair. Look, when she's got her butt pad in her wheelchair, she likes to be front and center. She loves to be out on those street streams. Jen's doing good. Yeah, Drew passed away from cancer, recurrent cancer. No, Missy Jenn doesn't want to vacuum. Missy Jenn, I'm vacuuming. I'm doing it all around here. I might try to sneak her out to dinner tonight if she feels up to it. We'll see how she feels. I might try to take her over to the Denny's or something. So, but I'll see how she feels. No, I'm just waiting on the Norwegian princess hand and foot. I got her breakfast today. Yeah, she's recovering well, like the Queen one. I don't do as good a job with the Hoover, Henry. But she will be out here. I'm a terrible patient. I came home from my surgery within an hour of being home. I already set the ladder up on the back to unblock the drains out, the downspouts and stuff. I hate. That's why I thought I tore my stitches out yesterday from my own surgery. Missy Jenn and I looked like Napoleon's The Retreat from Moscow. We're hanging on each other trying to get into the car. Does Missy Jenn cook? No, not really. She barbecues. She does barbecue. Don't forget tonight, guys. It's going to be a little interesting. So people ask me, they seem to enjoy some of the history stuff. And then, of course, we'll have an open hangout later. But people that failed to heed the warnings of history and the dire consequences that had. I meant to include that last night with Elvis. I didn't quite get to that. So I'm going to make that a separate one tonight. Very interesting. In history, those big historical events that ended up being disasters, tragedies, and some of the people that tried to jump out in front of the train with the lantern and say, hey, the bridge is washed out up ahead. Stop, stop. And they get run over. And the train goes hurtling off the trestle and into the canyon. Very interesting stories. I was shocked. I was shocked at some of this, absolutely blown away A little of it I knew, but these are things related to the death of John F. Kennedy, what happened to the Titanic. Very interesting stories that you all are going to be shocked that you never really knew about that happened. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, the sound effect there, Helen. I'm just saying, Jordan Blue, I know that. I know that. It's just fun to think about that. And then we apply that to Elvis and the core meltdown, you know, that could possibly be being triggered right now. It's very interesting, Jody. Thank you, Billy. Not 100% sure about you. Most people are like 60. Well, most people are 51%. Isn't that interesting, Billy? So I'm like a 51-50 hold waiting to happen. Yeah, you guys remember anybody who'd ever hear of a figure in mythology called Cassandra? Cassandra. It's one of my favorite names, Cassandra. Michael Nippert, that's interesting, but this is not going to be about the assassination. This is going to be about the desperate warning that was given to him by one of his closest advisors that knew exactly what was going to happen to him. You take care, Shauna. I'm always honored that you come by. I always watch your content. I always appreciate your point of view. And if you can't face the reality of other people having opposing opinions on YouTube, well, then you're kind of a snowflake. So sometimes you got to get somebody's got to grab you and put your snoot right down in the dew. That's the way I feel about it. Thank you, Warren. I really appreciate it. Jen's going to love hearing that. She's very smart. She's very articulate. She's got a mouthpiece on her. She is a trans sister. Yeah. She's one I will put the ear to, and listen to what she has today. There's my friend Cooper. Let's see if we can get that aligned perfectly. Let's see if we can get that thing. I'm trying to get that just so it can really trigger some people. There you go. So you can see the dip in the middle. This is getting to be like Boris's Duck Dynasty. This camera goes out. Hold on a minute. All right. There's the coop. I always think of Coop's house at Christmas time and how beautiful it was with the trees and the lights. Rosie's house. Yeah, Vicky's like, I love the curtain. The trigger's like, God damn it, fix it. I know. Now Helen's on the job. Helen, you've seen that for years now, girl. Years. You've been here. You're OG Boyd down here. People don't realize Helen Rochelle is OG Boyd. She's been here since I started my darn channel. Her and Ellie. Oh, Jinxie, who in the hell can ban Coop? Come on. Really? No way I could ever ban Coop. Hey, look, he's not down with the whole deal, but he's a case in point of somebody that said it. I did it. He wasn't real happy about it. He expressed that a lot of different times to me. Now, one of the amazing things is to see him and Becca coexist on a side chat and throw a few friendly barbs around. Okay, Kim, I appreciate that. That's somebody who tries to keep an open door to try to pull for positive. So I appreciate that. It's what makes him a dear friend. Jordan Blue. Helen Rochelle, OG Boyd. You guys in the drama community, you don't know what a famous. How you doing, Kathy? Kathy's mad at me. Hashtag unsub Rosie. Kathy, you were never blocked last night, honey. Kathy's got a mouthpiece on her. Hey, Jolene, how you doing, dear? I just watched Savage. Yeah, we just watched Savage. They have the fish and the broccoli casserole. I just watched that this morning. See, I do watch your guys' videos. All of y'all. Yeah, I know Kathy will definitely cut a bitch. I mean, Kathy is absolutely one of the she's one of the toughest, roughest, toughest gals down here, but she's also got a good heart. Yeah, look good, Jolene. I know I pulled something out of my side. I did, Helen. Hurts like a mofo. See, I surprised you, didn't I, Jolene? Jolene's like, wow, Rosie really does watch. I always got my eye on you guys. Yeah, there we go, Tasha. There's the Marshall's upset with me because I couldn't drive to Nokomis until I get new tires. I do, Cindy. I love to look at people's videos and stuff. I know, Helen. I gotta get this house cleaned up today. So, but I will see you guys this evening. I'm imagining, Tasha, I mean, I did see your video about the, the cops admiring your boots, but I didn't follow. I didn't know if you put up anything else regarding the deposition of yesterday's legal proceedings. That's good. I'm just swollen because I think I wrenched something out yesterday trying to help Missy Jenn. So, but I don't care. She's doing good. Yeah, I get that, Jolene. But I enjoy you and Savage a lot. I like to stop by your streams too. Support you guys. Anyway, Tasha says they tried to extort money from me for justice. I haven't followed it too much, but I did see the videos, where you did get the police encounter videos. For me, I don't want to be at war with my local police department. I already had them coming down in here on, already got swatted on Sunday. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to freak out about that, but I'm just saying, I want to be on good terms with the police department, but everybody has a right to their own thing. So Elf, I'm sorry you have that kind of pain, honey. Yeah, Jolene's streams are fun. I agree. I enjoy. Yeah, Vicky's like, have fun cleaning, vacuum. I got a big day of housework ahead. It's like, Vinny, I've got to go now. I've got some housework to do. That's one reason I like Jolene and Savage's chat is they just keep the shit real, you know. Savage could be a freaking world-class entertainer. Yeah, you don't want to be in lockup, man. You don't want to do that, you know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I got a lot of stuff to do today. I want to thank you guys for being on the side chat. I hope I just explained a little bit about the open chat that I like to have here. And I appreciate you guys being on. I will see you later on. And especially, I think tonight will be interesting to talk about that. Love you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for your warm concern about Missy Jenn. If you haven't seen the surgery video yesterday, check that out. Love you too, Oda May. It is a cinematic one. Thank you, Jody, Warren, everybody on there. Love you guys. Thank you very much.